Coming up, as the semester ramps up, so does security at local bars. And later, no Netflix, no problem. A new streaming service comes to campus.
Safety's in a field goal. Will that be enough this week? We'll tell you more in sports.
Summer is officially wrapping up, but will the temperatures decrease in time for fall? I'll tell you more in weather.
All that and more coming up on this Wednesday morning edition of DITV News. Don't go anywhere. DITV News starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Ethan Brander. Breaking news this morning, an investigation continues after a report of a sexual assault suspect in the area of Lucas and Bowery at 11:15 last night. An update from the University Department of Public Safety at 7:52 a.m. this morning says that the Iowa City Police is continuing to investigate and no suspect has been identified. Stay safe and report suspicious activity. On-campus residents now have access to a new movie and TV streaming service. The University Housing and Dining launched Residence Life Cinema, which offers 400 movies and TV shows for students living in the dorms. The UI Director of Residence Education, Greg Thompson, released this new service earlier this month. He is confident this addition will not only provide after-class entertainment, but it will also offer higher learning for students. Residence Life Cinema will be reevaluated after the one-year trial to gauge students' usage. This will determine the future of the subscription. And downtown Iowa City bars have been upping their security measures. DITV News reporter Maddie Willis has more on what a particular bar is now implementing. El-Rey's Live and Dive has started using a fake ID scanner. Why is this?
Bob Franklin, the owner of El-Rey's, told me they implemented the ID scanner in August. They implemented the scanner so that they could enforce the law and also make it easier on people working the door. He explained it's hard to detect a fake ID outside in the dark. This causes an issue, especially when there's a line at their establishment. They just want to be thorough in enforcing the law.
Students and bargoers could have different reactions to this change. How do upperclassmen feel about El-Rey's implementing the scanner?
According to a student source, upperclassmen do like the addition of the ID scanner at El-Rey's. They wish more bars would start implementing the scanner. Back to you in the studio, Ethan.
Thanks, Maddie. The After House on campus is kicking off the school year by hosting events to celebrate Black excellence all week long. Events started September 6th and run through the 9th.
We have an event to celebrate Black excellence, black students on campus, and just be us.
All are welcome to attend these events to experience and unite with Black culture.
You know, the one I'm most excited for is definitely the Welcome Black event, because first of all, it's a Friday. You already know it's going to be lit. And like, second, it's just, the things that's just going to be like, just kind of like a very like just chill event.
Check out their website or Instagram for more details on each event going on this week. The next upcoming event for Black Excellence Weeks is in association with the UI Theater Department opening their curtains to their first event of the season. An all-black affair is a student-organized talent show starting today at 6:30 p.m. The goal is to provide a safe space for Black students to form a community while engaging with other students. This event is a part of the Department of Theater Arts Borderless series, as well as in collaboration with the Afro-American Cultural Center as part of Black Excellence Week. And Table to Table hosted a drive-in movie at the Iowa Municipal Airport over the weekend. The organization's mission is to help stop food waste by collecting food to gift donors. They achieve this through not only charitable events, but also through education and outreach. This weekend, the group intended to educate the public when with the film that they presented. They played Just Eat It, a food waste story. The film centers around a couple who try to combat food waste by no longer grocery shopping. The Communications and Development Coordinator, Angie Langebartles, hopes that the movie could give people perspective on food waste.
Hoping that this kind of surprises people and makes them think, and maybe there's one of their habits that they can change at home.
Table to Table plans to host more events to combat food waste in the future. And from apartment buildings to sorority houses, reports of bats in Iowa City homes have increased. Coordinator of Iowa City Animal Services, Chris Whitmore, attributes this increase in bat cases to recent bat migration trends, which he also stated nothing out of the ordinary. Now, Labor Day marked the end of summer, so is this fall weather coming to an end soon. Let's toss it to Angela to tell you more.
Thank you, Ethan. And yes, the weather is officially turning to the cold side as fall progresses. But as of now, the temperatures will remain in the mid-80s with zero chance of rain. For today, the forecast calls for sunny with a high of 83 degrees and a low of 59. Tomorrow will be the same, yet with a few more clouds around. But starting on Friday and towards early next week, temperatures will plunge down between low 70s and the high 60s, with the lowest being 68 next Monday. As of rain, there is a chance this weekend, but afterwards that will decrease. Speaking of fall-like temperatures, the Hawkeye football season has officially commenced with the Cyhawk game coming up this Saturday. Sam, could you tell us more?
Yes, thanks, Angelica. The Hawkeyes football squad returned to Kinnick Stadium for the first time this season and took on the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. DITV sports reporter Sarah Galla has the details on the game.
After a long-awaited offseason, the Iowa Hawkeyes took on the South Dakota State Jackrabbits today here at Kinnick Stadium. With a slow start to the game, both the Hawkeyes and the Jackrabbits couldn't manage to find a touchdown in the first or second quarter.
We need to grow offensively, and I think we will. I don't think this is representative of our offense at all, but that's the only performance that we've had so far this year.
The Hawkeye kicker Aaron Blum managed to score a field goal, but by halftime the game had been tied 3-3. With an incredible tackle in the end zone from Jack Campbell, the Hawks got 2 more points to make the game 5-3 by the end of the third quarter.
My whole thing is just going out there and do your job every single play, and even if you can't hear anyone, you got to do it. So.
Moving into the fourth and final quarter, senior Joe Evans, just like Campbell, had an amazing tackle in the end zone, causing the Hawks to be up 7-3. Both the Hawks and the Jackrabbits had a bit of a struggle moving the ball up the football field, but the Hawks managed to capitalize a win in the end.
I reminded the teams that we're 1-0, so good to get the win, certainly. Certainly didn't come easy, but just, happy to get the win, and saw a lot of good things out there.
From Kinnick Stadium, I'm Sarah Galla, DITV Sports.
The hero from Saturday's game was none other than Iowa's favorite Australian, Tory Taylor, who was named Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week. Taylor had 6 punts inside the 12 and terrorized the Jackrabbits all game long, forcing them into 2 crucial safeties.
It's special. It all starts with special teams, especially last Saturday. We did a fantastic job. They played at a high level. Tory did a fantastic job, obviously. The 2 safeties on Saturday all happened because of the punts and the special teams aspect.
Every single time we see him on the 4-3-2, and we always tell each other, try to get this 2 points. It's a 2-point play. We have the opportunity here to get 2 points. I think that's something that we've seen this past weekend when I think we scored 4 points off safety. So, I think we always have that mentality that, when the team is backed up, that we could try to get a safety here, or we try to get 2 points for our team.
This week will likely take more than 2 safeties and a field goal to get past the Iowa State Cyclones. Hopefully, the abysmal Iowa offense can figure things out, but going up against All-American pass rusher Will McDonald and the stout Iowa State defense will not make things any easier.
This defense, to me, holds up really well against any kind of offense. It's a real challenge. It's a challenge to match up with it in a week's time. He's probably an illustration of why their program's good, because with every year you've seen him take another step, and I thought he was a far better player a year ago than he was a year before that, and he was good 2 years ago as well. We didn't play him, but saw him on tape, so he was good. Whatever year that would have been, 20, I guess, right? But boy, last year, this guy was playing, and he's playing even better now, which you'd expect. He's just a really good football player, very sound, and also very, very explosive.
This past June marks the 50th anniversary of Title IX being signed into law. Title IX is the civil rights law that stated that no person in the United States, regardless of sex, should be denied participation in educational programs or activities that receive federal funding. This past Saturday, several women's sports teams at the University of Iowa was recognized on the field prior to the Hawks game against South Dakota State. That's all for sports. Back to you, Ethan.
Thank you for tuning in. Tune in Friday morning for another episode of DITV News. Have a great week.